SCV trying to save that, but nope. So the guy up here at the top right-hand corner who just lost his first SCV, as I did in the show match, but I don't play Terran, is from Templar Gaming. He is Battle4Ever. I just now noticed that Battle is spelled wrong.
Misspelled.
It's spelled wrong on North America, but it was spelled correctly on Korea.
You know what? We're just going to go ahead and chalk that one up to the old I forgot a T.
Yeah.
Happens to me every now and then, ladies. Speaking of T's, spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, representing Tall 1. And I actually don't know what that is, and we're going to find out. We've got it in the intros somewhere, but he's throwing out a spawning pool right now. It is your purple Zerg player, SubRat.
Maybe he misspelled Taiwan.
Oh!
Uh-huh.
Taiwan.
Taiwan SubRat.
I'm going to go ahead and guess no, but that's a good call. I like it. I like the... Yeah. I like to try.
That's it. I've also been puzzled by this name SubRat. Does this mean that he's
a rat from a sewer?
He could either be a subterranean rat, he could be a subspecies of rat, or he could be something that is below a rat.
Or he could be a rat on a submarine.
That is true.
Or he could be a substitute rat.
That's the one I like.
Or he could be a rat sandwich, like a Subway rat. Like he's a rat sandwich. There's a lot of options here. This name has got more depth to it than we originally thought it did.
I think I like the substitute rat.
The submarine rat?
Yeah, the substitute rat.
Oh, okay.
Just for our viewing audience, the role of rat will be played by, and then this guy.
We lost the first rat. Yeah. Bring in the substitute rat. It's like Daniel Tosh in a rat costume.
You know, I always loved it when in like elementary you had the substitute rat in for the day, and you would pretend to be like pretend to have a different first name than your actual first name.
The substitute rat's calling out the names. He's calling out roll call, and he's like, Timmy. And you're like, excuse me, Mr. Rat. And then he looks up over his rat glasses, and he's like, what, Timmy? Like, I actually go by Mr. President, and the rat's not taking any of your shit, of course. So he's like, no, the fuck you don't, Timmy. Sit down and don't speak until spoken to again.
That's a tough rat.
He's a city rat. He don't take no. He's a city substitute teacher.
That is it. Those are often brought in for people that need to pass standardized tests or learn about life.
Deal with the unruly teenagers.
Yeah, exactly. They need to learn. I think what it is with always in those situations, they need to learn to respect other people, but first they need to learn to respect themselves.
And SubRat
I think
how you do that.
He's the one that lets you know. Yeah.
Hey man, you got a good soul.
Yeah.
You got a good heart.
That's it.
Thanks, SubRat.
Yeah. And then he gets all kinds of like, I don't know, mice standing on top of their desks, yelling like, "Oh, rat captain, my captain."
How do I reach these kids?
Exactly. Exactly.
What has gone down in this game? A roach warren and speed.
Nothing. Yeah, if anything had happened, I would have mentioned it.
But nothing was really happening. We're still talking
really
about SubRat. At minute 7:24, we're still talking about SubRat. That's the depth of that name. We're not even going to get into Battle4Ever because that doesn't even make sense with one T.
No,
now it just becomes a French name. I'm Joe Batley.
Batley. Battle4Ever.
Oh God, Batla.
Battle4Ever. That would be since French is always backwards. That would be forever the bat.
Forever the bat.
Forever the bat.
Oh God, we've got a bat versus a rat.
A rat.
This has gotten much more interesting.
Oh, this Reaper is still staying alive. He'll die eventually.
Hold on, can you do a save and staying alive? Can you do it?
I don't think I can get that high.
Staying alive. Dun, 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 dun. No, that's not that. That's a different melody.
I know that's how you give people
CPR.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly, right?
I would just start dancing. I would let him. I'd accidentally start rocking out to Staying Alive, and my person would die.
Yeah. It'd be neat to be in like a survivors meeting. Like, how did you live? Oh, a paramedic saved me. Oh, an angel saved me. What saved you? Disco.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah. Yeah, how are we going to teach future kids how to perform CPR if we don't have the... Like, what song, like, is the same tempo as Staying Alive that kids can get a hold of these days? Like, I don't know. Is Lady Gaga releasing any singles lately? I haven't heard about her in a while.
No.
Wrecking Ball. I came in like a wrecking ball. And just like, the guy's dead already because Miley Cyrus killed him.
Jackson. Well, it doesn't help that you hit him with the
It's
wrecking
just such bad.
like, that was that's where your problem started.
God.
Yeah. I like that she's confused, though. I hit him with a wrecking ball, and I don't understand why he doesn't like
This
me.
is an early Thor.
It is. I like the Thor. I think this is the type of mech that we wanted to see him get to, and, like, now that he has the space, like, and we were talking about this in the first series, he didn't have the space and time to get here, but because SubRat is not really doing anything to him, we're going to get him to see him do what he wants to.
Yeah. No, agreed. And we're finally getting back into the StarCraft talk. And if you notice, the supply heavily in favor of Le Battle4Ever. But if you look at SubRat, he's already got an infestation pit out, so I'm assuming a hive quick to follow. But this is a really strong looking push.
It is. He's even bringing a few of the boys with him to repair these. They're already, like, queued up on these tanks. I got the Thor with it, 3 tanks, a lot of Hellbats. It's going to be hard to approach this. Yeah, Burrow is underway. Some roaches are coming out, but that's about it.
Yeah, in the end, you just kind of look at the units and you're like, well, where are SubRats?
Yeah.
You know, I think he was too busy teaching those inner city urban youth how to appreciate life. And he wasn't preparing for these Hellions. He does poke up that ramp, and he sees it. He's going to go ahead and siege these tanks on the low ground here. And he's going to try and bait... What he's going to try to do is he's trying to bait these roaches and do an engagement. And if they come in, they're all going to not do well. Oh,
yeah,
God, stop.
They are up exactly the way he wants. And nothing about that was good.
Oh. No. He's got a family.
Yeah.
Oh.
This will burn everyone down. The tanks obviously come in here up on the high ground now. That's going to completely cut off this third base, too. Any reinforcements coming from there are just going to die.
And, oh, God, he's got a family. Please stop the match. Saber. Hey, admin, get it. Stop the match. There it is.
Yeah.
Oh,
he lost. Yeah, he lost.
Exactly how he
So it was awesome, yeah.
Oh, we are live, though, by the way. We are on Shakur's Plateau. This is game 2 of the losers match between these two players. It is, of course, a TVZ, so we're going to get right into these player introductions. Needing to win to tie the series, it is representing Ta1, your Purple Zerg player, SubRat, who we've decided is indeed a substitute teacher who is also a rat.
Right.
That's what we've decided.
I think he teaches CPR.
To the tune of Wrecking Ball.
Yeah, exactly.
To this day, nobody's actually survived. But
no, it's a shame. It's a shame. It's a crying shame. But that's why he's only a substitute. He hasn't gotten tenure.
He hasn't gotten tenure yet.
Over here on the left-hand side, we have from Templar Gaming, it is Battle4Ever.
Who we've decided is a infinite bat.
Yeah.
But he's a French infinite bat.
Exactly.
And he's actually... I was expecting to see a little bit of early action out of SubRat because he made the early pool, right? But we don't really see that panning out. He's just kind of content to drone up at this point. If you make the early pool, Zerg, for those of you watching, you do it because you're either A, expecting something that you need defense for, B, because you want to tech up early, or C, because you want to do early harassment and early aggression, right? And so hopefully we see an early roach pool. Or, okay, so there's a roach warden, rather. There's a baneling nest. He's got to do something with it, because otherwise you're sacrificing those resources for what could have been early hatcheries. And against mech, you don't want to be caught in a position where you're on the same economy. Or even, like, just slightly ahead. Similar economy mech will beat you every time. Zerg.
Yeah.
Unless you're like on Swarm Host or something.
Now, Reaper will jump up here as Lings are already out, and if he's got his Star Sense radar out, he will have said, "I saw 10 Lings." That is more Lings than normal. If he was paying attention at like that moment.
Did he see? He sees the Baneling nest morphing.
Yeah.
Now, whether he clicked on it or not is a completely different thing entirely. He does see the Lings come down here to the corner with his SCV. No, he didn't see them actually. So he is a little bit in the dark at this point, and we don't see any response from him. So we're going to see these Lings come across the map, morph into Banelings, and try and bust down that very slight supply depot wall, which is actually lowered right now, and speed just finished up. So this is looking like slightly decent. Okay. Those are all Banelings. Holy cow!
This Marine we'll see, but then again, not really respond. It does now. He's got a few Lings here that could just kill that, but I think he's got them in hold position. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, don't use that.
Oh god.
He wants to go right up.
Oh.
He doesn't know how to attack the building.
There we go. Now
the
Banelings are in front.
What do you?
Oh.
What is he doing? What is happening?
Okay, use your Banelings to attack. There we go, and 2 Lings get through, and 2 Lings are going to instantly die to these Hellions and Marines. So that Baneling bust went about as well as nothing I've ever seen in history.
What the hell? I think he had to. I think he ended up just manually detonating them because he didn't know. I don't know what the hell happened.
You had to set him into building attack mode.
Yeah, you can also just like attack, click the building.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to do it.
There's many ways to do it successfully, and we didn't see one of those ways.
Oh, that was weird, but. Either way, he's, okay. This is kind of neat.
Yep.
But he gets spotted.
Yeah.
Doing it. So he's going to pay for this a little bit. He'll just have to lift the orbital. That's fine.
Yeah, he's going to lose the SCVs, though.
Yeah. Well, I guess 2 of them now. He'll have like 3 or 4 by the time. It's too bad it is an orbital. He could have actually loaded them.
Yeah, one thing I mean, I've never seen that before. Of course, he does have the rock wall, but why wouldn't you move it and then make it into a planetary and then, just continue on doing your own thing at your natural? Like, I understand the premise, and the premise is you're going to hide it, right? But if you see the Overlord, take it back. Like, just take the orbital back. You're not risking anything by nope, I've made my decision, I have to commit to this. Like, just take the orbital back. Like, there's no, you haven't lost anything, there's no problem. Go make it your natural. Instead, he's kind of committed that. But to be fair, it's holding strong right now, and I'm kind of eating my words because he's able to push out and maybe capitalize on the fact that all of these Lings are out of place and about to get fried.
Yeah, they literally just ran into fire really hard, and they're kind of just going to get picked apart there. And they didn't do hardly any damage to the Hellions, even just in terms of softening them up.
Go shoot the drones. Hellions. Go. You're fine. Go shoot the drones, Hellions. No, you're. Target down the Banelings and then go shoot the drones. Don't let them hit your Marines. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. Now go shoot drones.
That's more than fair.
Go shoot drones. Oh god.
Oh, the accidental surround is powerful.
He still doesn't get him.
No. He'll clean it up with the queens here, but yeah, that was fairly expensive. Kind of for both players, but it was a bit worse for the Zerg, obviously.
I like that you say kind of for both players, because both players could have actually just done nothing for that whole period of time, and we would have been in the same position in the game. Yeah,
like it's for the investment that the Hellions were and the opportunity that existed. He didn't get it, so it could have been a lot more.
Why is he making a barracks at this base?
He really likes this space. I think he wants to wall it off.
Okay, now he's lifting.
Now it's the evacuation time, but he can't evacuate.
Okay, but what about this? Okay, so now he's going to lift the barracks. Lift the barracks. Battle4Ever, lift the barracks. Hey, Battle.
It's bait.
Battle, lift the barracks. Lift it. Battle4Ever, what are you doing? Don't lose the barracks.
What the hell? Okay. All right, well, that's gone, but that's fine. He can see these SCVs.
Okay, so hold on. This is a big counterpoint. We have one swarm host coming into the thing, right?
Oh yeah.
So what's with the early infestation pit? So SubRat is going for swarm host, but he's making 6 banelings and he's making 1 swarm host. I've never seen that army composition.
I have no idea there.
I love it. Don't get me
Yes.
wrong, I absolutely love it.
These SCVs are escaping. They could have they were setting it under an overlord. He could have just killed them. Anyway, they made it. They made it out. So this is.
Hold on, we gotta make sure you guys aren't changelings first. Gotta make sure. Yep. Nope. Come through the checkpoint. We're gonna search all your vehicles. Give me your proper IDs. Okay, these guys are good to go. Rob, come with me. They lower the depot for the units they don't have to lower the depot for.
Nice. Love it.
But we do have a game on our hands. We still have a game on our hands, right?
Yeah, we really do. And the way that this is, so is there really just the one swarm host? There is.
There's 3 on the way.
On the way, okay. So that's a little better. Because one thing that's actually... Swarm hosts are pretty good at getting at these mech units that are shorter range, but not good once there's a lot of tanks.
Right.
But it could be good, because this is the similar type of push that we saw. And it's actually not that bad against that. But you do have to, again, be a little out ahead. Like, you don't want to be fighting it at your base, or they only have to kill 1 wave of it. And then that's it.
Yeah, so essentially what SubRat wants to do is he wants to get a mass, right, of course, of swarm hosts.
Yeah.
And he's kind of done that, but this is a really strong push again. And even if you don't have, you know what I mean? Like, even if you don't have the, right here, right, is massive amount of Hellbats. They're going to come in. They're going to soak up all the damage. And then he unburrows the swarm host at the wrong time.
No, those are the new ones. So that's
okay, they just popped out. Okay, so he needs to burrow those.
He's going to have to burrow
select all army key and then A move. So burrow, now he's okay, and he might survive this because
I think if
he gets enough. Yeah, he gets enough of these guys out, and the Locusts put out a substantial amount of DPS, but there's a scan. And the repairing SCVs are doing a hell of a good job of keeping those Hellbats alive. He needs to stop, select all army moving, and he needs to make sure that he keeps those swarm hosts alive. And to be fair, he's going to be able to survive this.
Yeah, he will hold this. It's gonna cost him more than it should have, but he's gonna get it. And it's costing his opponent a lot of scans to try and still do this. But there are still 2 swarm hosts left, as I think he's now out of scans.
Yeah, I mean, these 2 siege tanks are going to be able to still continue to push out a lot, but they don't have vision right now, so he's going to lose them for free to units that, of course, are just Locusts.
All right, well, the Locusts don't want to hit it.
Yeah, they were
well, this is fine anyway. So, yeah, I mean, that was way more expensive than it should have been in terms of the swarm host, but it held. And he could have very easily just died. So, it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get his sword. He is getting Enduring Locusts, right? So that's going to obviously help him out a lot. He still has a couple swarm hosts, and he's having more on the way. If he's able to consolidate his economy a little bit, and he's able to get himself back into gear, then he'll be fine. Because, you know, Battle4Ever is only on 2 bases. I think right now, Battle4Ever is probably going to chill before he gets more siege tanks. So right now, I think would be a good time for SubRat to go ahead and take a 3rd. As silly as that seems, because if it gets seen, right, then he's screwed, because Battle4Ever can just go and push. But one thing that Battle4Ever has shown is that he's chill. He waits until he gets his army comp good, and then he goes. We do see a bit of an air switch coming as more Banshees are on the way, and I really like that decision, because that's going to nullify the swarm hosts almost completely, unless there's like Mutalisks on the map or something like that. But there doesn't. I don't think that switch is going to come from SubRat. I think he's going to see this a little too late, and I think the swarm hosts, you know, as good as they are at doing what they do, they're so far away from doing what they do. You need to get those swarm hosts right outside that base, because you don't want your swarm hosts to be defensive. You want them to be offensive swarm hosts, right? Get them outside of that base, rallied in, and make your opponent deal with them.
Yeah, they have to be pressuring, putting a clock on your opponent. And there's several elements missing here from a really successful swarm host game. The number 1 element is that the creep is nowhere.
Yeah.
The creep is on his basis, and that is it. The idea of swarm host as an offensive defensive unit is you get them pressed up against him, and you know that as he moves out, he has to deal with your wave while you pick up the swarm host, retreat 10 feet, and reburrow. If you don't have the creep to support that, the locusts are slow, the swarm hosts are slow, you're fucked. And you can only use them on your creep. And
yeah, we have 54 SCVs on the natural Battle4Ever.
That's awesome.
So I mean, of course, the good thing is he's got Banshees on the field, and they're going to do a lot of damage. And the mutas are a long way from going out, so there's nothing to stop this right now. This is essentially GG.
Yeah, this is pretty rough. Well, particularly since, and most people don't think of it, without the spawning pool, you can't even make queens.
Yeah. Oh wow, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. So he's only got the 2, and that is not enough.
So the early infestation play. Oh yeah, there's the lull from SubRat.
I think he realizes that now. He'll try and get the swarm host at least up there to once again like do what you said, provoke him. Yeah. Maybe he can pull something out.
I think the SubRat has been going. He's been getting an early infestation pit really often, and like he's done it both games, and he's of course trying to go right into this early like swarm host play. But I think he should probably, if he wants to perfect this, because it's obvious that I don't think this is like his his style of play a lot. Like I think he's just doing this because he's going against mech. You should watch Snoot. Snoot is the guy these days who's professional. Of course, he's got professional mechanics, but he's got his builds down. So if you want to learn how to do early swarm host play, watch Snoot. The guy does it better than anyone else right now. Maybe Stefano, but there's the GG call from SubRat. And so Battle4Ever is going to be able to go along and qualify onto the final series of this evening to play against Season 2's champion, Neuralisk.
Indeed, indeed. Yeah, definitely some interesting play out of Battle4Ever there. It is a shame here, SubRat at the end. I don't think he had to.